Hello, I'm Jashykins, and welcome to another little vlog review, this time of the elementary episode, Just a Regular Irregular. In this episode, we get to find out more about Kitty's past, which I really, really enjoyed because she is interesting. I know not a lot of people like her, but it was interesting to learn more about her. It turns out that she was a rape victim, and she's seeming to use being a detective as a sort of coping device. So it was good to finally find out what crime she was involved in. So yeah, that was, good news and bad news. Harlan Empel, I believe, if I'm getting the character's name wrong, please comment below. So, Harlan and Sherlock had, previously been sort of working together. Harlan was a consultant. If Sherlock had a problem, he would, he goes to people that are more knowledgeable than him, and Harlan is one of them. And Harlan figures out in this episode that he's been fired because Kitty can replace him. She has knowledge, so that Harlan sort of has. And so Sherlock is having to deal with it this episode, and he finally, by the end of the episode, has him as a consultant again. Has him as someone he'll turn to again because he realized how much he had hurt Harlan without meaning to. And I think that's really one of Sherlock's biggest faults. He really does care. He's just not good in showing it. Because I think people can watch him and think, oh, he doesn't have any emotion or anything, but it's so subtle, but it's there. And finally, as I mentioned before, people going if Kitty should stay or not. I'm really in the one where she should stay at least for a little bit. Mainly because she's bringing Sherlock and Joan closer together again. They mention, reference, at least Sherlock says, she's our child, and Joan's like, no, she's not our child. So it's bringing them actually closer together. It's allowing Sherlock also to grow, realize his faults, realize his mistakes, such as he had decided, not to really try to get her into counseling because she didn't really seem up for that, and it was Joan who had to go, you really have to push for this. And she's the one who sort of pushed him to get her into a support group. So that was good. I do think she should stay at least until she wears off as being a good thing for Sherlock and Joan to grow closer and for Sherlock to explore himself. And I'm really loving people oh, what if they Kitty and Sherlock shouldn't be in a relationship that's sexual because blah, blah, blah. It's I don't care. I mean, for me particularly, fiction is a whole different world than, reality. In reality, age differences can't really matter. In fiction, it's it depends if the writers choose how much of reality they choose to use or not. And my final thoughts for the elementary episode, Just a Regular Irregular. I liked it. I liked the continuing growth between Joan and Kitty. They're still somewhat at odds with each other, but Kitty's much more accepting in this episode, so I like that. Yeah, as I say, it's I really love this show, but there's not a lot, I think, to talk about, so I'm really sorry. It's a really good show, and I have been Jashykins' owner at jashykins.blogspot.com. If you get on my blog, you can see vlog reviews like this. Tomorrow will be the first Jash special, which will be a review of the 8th season of New Who, and will also be the first drunk episode. And if you go to my blog on the sidebar thingy, you can see where else I am on the web and go say hi. And if you're reviewing this on the YouTubes, link in the description to donate your account if you donate your Twitter and or Facebook accounts to my campaign. Thank you very much, and until next video, goodbye.